Thank you very much, and welcome to Ken-Based Media TV, where we always say, tell African stories the African way, and where we believe that if we can tell African stories the best way possible, then we can inspire and transform Africa to be the best continent in the world. And today we are here at Certified Home. We have come to visit Certified Home to ensure that we bring to you everything that you would want to know about certified homes as well as the real estate. The whole idea of bringing you this session to you is to ensure that you can be able to understand the whole process of acquiring land, especially in Kenya. And the fact that there are so many companies who are in Kenya that sell land or who deal with land, we thought that it is good for us to come and see and be able to expound to you on this issue of land. And so we are here at Certified Homes, and we have come to see our guest. He is the CEO of Certified Home, and he is the one who is going to expound to us everything that you would want to know about land and about acquiring a real estate property. So we are going to hear from him, we are going to welcome him so that we can be able to continue. Thank you very much, Mr. CEO.
Thank you so much, sir.
And welcome to Ken-Based Media TV. I would like us maybe to start from the introduction part of it.
Wow.
And I want you to introduce yourself to our viewers.
Yeah.
And then you can also touch one or two things about certified homes.
All right. Thank you very much, Ken. I think I would first start by appreciating what you're doing, telling African stories the African way. And that has taken me back to when I was very vigorous. I don't mean I left church, but when I was vigorously active in church. I love that bit, so we must praise him the African way. And it could take me back to the roots. And therefore, when I see Ken Ben's Media TV, I remember that we need to get back to the roots because we are Africans, and Africa is our homeland.
That's
Africa is our appreciative about it. Yeah, it's all about Africa. And then, when I talk about Africa, I would start with my surname, which is African, which is Dono. So I'm Robert Dono, minor. And I want to appreciate that you're taking your time to watch this. I am the CEO of Certified Homes, a company that is based in Nairobi, and we are certified. We are a registered, a dual registered real estate firm, and we deal with affordable housing and land, that is property in general. Our core values are based on a very simple approach, which is we treat you good, you come tomorrow. And gradually, certified homes have been built on the basis of trust and the foundation of integrity, because we realize that unless you give people what they want their way, then you will not have a long span in the industry. And so certified homes is simply that. It's all about giving people what they don't have when it comes to property. For investment, for residential, or even speculation, all around, that's certified for you.
So thank you very much, Bwana CEO. And we're also very grateful to be here and for you according us your time to be able to talk about this motive issue of property acquiring, especially in Kenya. Sure. We want you to start with explaining to us the process of acquiring land. There is this person who is at home seated in his court.
Sure.
He has the money in the bank, but maybe because of the rumors he has heard about the land, he does not know the process where it starts.
Exactly.
Where does such a person start?
Well, I'll start by saying that, and to our viewers, this is very important. Ken, the very basic question, but many people will bypass it. They will not see the need and the essence of getting the basics. Because money is not everything, as people would say.
That is true.
You could be having money, but tomorrow you don't have a coin. Why? Because you are swindled. You bought something that is not legit. And therefore, one thing that Certified Homes is out to do is out to bridge that gap. Because we have heard stories whereby people invest or they give their cash or their money with an intention of acquiring property. But along the way, they don't have property and they don't have their money.
That is true.
So that's Certified Homes. We came in as a bridge. We identified a gap. When we were learning commerce in high school and all the way to college, we understood that one way that you can start up your business is by either innovating a new idea, or you come up, you improve what other people are doing.
That is true.
And Certified Homes is not the first real estate firm in Kenya. In fact, we are the hundreds of us. So we identified a loophole. And this loophole is where we realized we needed a company, or we needed a bridge that is built on trust. We needed a bridge that is built on integrity. So that by the time someone invests their money, they get value for their money, and there's nothing that gives someone joy is that of getting value for your money, or you getting satisfaction to your expectations.
Yes, of course, with what you have bought.
Yes. So your question, I was laying that base because it is very important.
That is true.
It is very key. What we need to do is, if you have money and you need that, one, identify a company that has got a history or has got a track record. Number two, that is not enough, because as Certified Homes, I could have bought land and I'm telling to to subdivide it and sell it tomorrow. But I didn't know that that land had a case within the family. It is not in the court files, but that land is within the family, within the family or such. There's always some good importance of doing the personal due diligence. Just get to know, do you have personal search? Is this number belonging to that parcel land? Is that parcel land legit? That is very important. Then it is also very important. Like now we do take people for site visits and open days. It is very important for you to understand exactly where the location of the parcel is.
Okay.
So we started with the legitimacy. We've come to the nature of the land itself, and now I'm talking about know the location. Because if you want to buy land, you have the reason why you're buying it.
Of course.
That one alone will tell you whether the reason is fit to be executed on that parcel land. If you want land for building or maybe residential, take time, go there. There's a land that comes so nicely after the rains. It is green. It is 1 month after the rains. Little did you know that if you could have visited that place during the rains, it's a swamp.
Yes, you cannot be able to access.
You cannot be able to access, or rather assess your land or the land you're intending to buy so carefully and so quietly. Don't be in a rush. If not, you may not be there during the rains and after the rains. But they are neighbors, they are people. There's also history of that particular place. So there's need of what I would say in general. There's need for you to put into considerations all the factors from why you want the land and the location of the land. And also whether the land is very legit, it is case free, because sometimes you find probably there is a case, but you don't know. So I would say get all factors together before you invest your money, and that's what we came to do as Certified Homes. We save you from all the hassles.
From all those hassles.
Exactly.
And maybe according to how I've understood from you, and maybe you can also be able to expand and say it's risky to do it as a person. All those process, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very risky.
So it is risky
because there's some people who never see the value of a company like yours, and they say that those companies maybe they just want to take my money. I will go myself to the seller of the land directly. Yes, it's very risky.
It is very risky, and I will say that, and that's why I'm repeating. Certified Homes came as a bridge because we identified that gap. That loophole is there in the market. And therefore, what we're doing, we do that on your behalf. The land that we are selling in Nanyuki right now, it is all factors have been considered and clear.
You have done
everything. And remember, the process also comes at a cost. So we save you also the cost.
Yeah, that is true.
If you go to buy that land, you will buy it at the same price I'm selling you, but you've not factored in the aspect of all those logistics.
That is true.
So we carry that burden on your behalf, and we make sure that it is done. Yeah.
That is very good.
Sure.
And maybe anyone who would want to buy a land can now be able to know where the process starts.
Sure.
And as you have told us now, you as certified home, you can now be able to do all the process for the customer who wants to buy.
Yeah.
I want you to expound to us on the aspect of investment. Because there are people who buy land with the perspective that they are going to settle. Maybe for them it's not an investment. Let's go to the part of investment. Is investing in land profitable in Kenya?
One thing I would say is it is very positive and at the same time negative, because one, land in Kenya has been exaggerated, it's overrated, and unfortunately we don't have a governing body from the government that controls the rates or the value of the land. That's why you have seen a county like Kiambu, which was very agricultural, very fertile with coffee and tea, has now become a resettlement center for almost all walks of life. You'll find people in Kiambu. You know why? Because the rate at which land has been exaggerated in terms of, and I say exaggerated in quotes, because I don't see why today a piece of land, 1 acre, could be costing 2.5 million in Kiambu, and then by next year the same land is now 25 million. I don't know what percentage is that, and I don't know the logic behind it.
That is it.
You know, so it is very important to know that there is no other place that can make money other than like land and property would do. Why? Because with this kind of overrated rates of on land, people have seized the opportunity. They are rushing to fill that opportunity. So there is no one time land is going to be cheap in Kenya at any given time, not soon, not later. We need to know that there is no other property, I mean there is no other investment that can give you returns as that of property. One, I would say it is because of the population. Number two, Kenyans are hardworking, and therefore if you are hardworking, I, as a thinker, I would also get somewhere for you to take your money. That is hard-earned money. I'll get somewhere for you to invest. So I'll sell whatever property to you at a cost. You'll feel it. So your question was, is it good? Is it a good place to invest in property, especially land?
Yes, that was
I would say a big yes, because there is no one time land is depreciating in Kenya, not even in Africa, as it's started by saying. Number two, we also need to understand that despite the fact that we don't have a governing body, population is fast growing in Kenya. From census to census, we are going to almost 10 million or 7 million increment.
Starting at around 49 million.
49 million. Statistics has it. In Kenya, we are experiencing 200,000 units of houses deficit per year. 200,000
every single year.
Yes. And remember, we are talking, when we talk about 200,000, we are not talking about 200,000 people or persons, because if you as parents, you have children, how long will it take you before your firstborn requires a house by themselves?
Very soon.
It's very few.
Very few.
You know, so that kind of that trend is causing this deficit, and it's going up. It is going up. So what we need to understand is the population is fast growing, and we don't have expansion of this land. Mpaka ya Kiambu mali inaanzia itakuwa for 10 years to come, 20 years to come.
That is true.
But how many people have come into Kiambu as a county? How many people have come to Nairobi? So many people have come to Kakamega. You know, that growth of population is also causing some an inevitable demand on land. So at any given time, you'll not miss on land. You'll not. And let me tell you, as I conclude on that answer, there is no place you can ever call it's far in Kenya. No. Where we are now,
I was about to ask the same question, because there are some people who only think that maybe it's in Nairobi or Kiambu that you can invest.
Never. People who invested in Malindi, because it has, and we saw the president of the university issuing title deeds in Malindi. That place, because I ever visited and I've invested there personally, I could see people from all walks of this nation coming and getting their title deeds, coming investing in Malindi, that is in Kilifi County. Now, if you go to Murang'a, the Murang'a center itself, the Murang'a town, there's like a section that is called Mombasa Dogo. It is filled, or it's full of the people from Mombasa. If you go to Mpeketoni, we have a lot of people from
That is
inside
true.
Kenya.
That is
You know,
true.
so there's no place that you can ever call. It may not make sense today, but tomorrow, and like those days when it used to take 5 years for it to make sense. Today you are doing it today, then in few months time, you find that you already get have value over your investment. So hakuna mahali pale Kenya for investment.
And about the investment part of it, our CEO, anyone who is thinking about investment, or anyone who is thinking about maybe buying a property, the real estate,
Sure.
we would want you to compare for us the person who is buying a ready-made house and the person who is trying to buy a piece of land so that he can be able to build for a house for himself. Which one, according to you now, which one do you think would be better?
I'll say that both are okay, because no one time all people will be equal, and I'm this kind of a person who believes everything was meant for somebody. So for any house or houses, it's meant for somebody. The bring my own way, it's not meant for somebody. And I drove that from a conversation with him. I was driving with a colleague, and he asked me, and how did this person went to the showroom and bought this car? It looked ugly, you know, a shape that probably you could not like. But I told him, that's your view, and if you have to believe it's your view, go to the showroom and get to know how many cars of this type have been bought. So everybody belongs to someone, and our taste and preference again is very different. So about ready house, maybe I can mention about both are okay. I can mention about you know, the advantages of one against the other, but both have got the advantages. One, if you start by doing it my way, I've got freedom, of course. I will not be one time be told bring money. If I don't have money, mafundi kesho hakuna kazi. You know, that's also, but it will take forever. But I would say when we come in a certified homes and construct houses on behalf of in a gated community, is because one, people are running for gated community. Can you agree with me? People have left their homes for estates, for apartments.
Yeah,
you find Muta Lijenga, and then they left home with a family, and only a caretaker is in that.
Yes,
you know, because one, insecurity and also loneliness. You find that I'm aged and I need to have people around. Number two, you'll find security-wise, in a gated community is more sense of security than when you are living in your own, you know, your own compound, your own apartment, or your own, you know, mansion. It has happened, and we have to agree that we have a loophole in Kenyan security systems. Why? Because we have, okay, I don't know why, but I would say we have so much happening in terms of insecurity. So the moment you are in a gated community, of course, it may not be 100%, but at the same time, it has been increased. There's some sense of belonging.
That is true.
The other thing, you find that when it comes to costing, because for us we do an estate of like 40, 60 units. When we are doing 60 units, there's what we call the scales of economies. We buy in bulk,
That is true. When you're
How
building,
is-
you buy in
yes,
bulk.
right from the land. Because such a thing, I'll build it on a 5 acres piece of land. If I do it on 5 acres, it means I bought that land in China. You know, for you to come and buy the same, you'll find if that land, we do calculation and find the value of house is 5 million. That land I've sold you at 2 million. If you went buying that land alone, you could have bought it at 3.5 million.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
so there's that economies of scale, bringing down the cost of that thing. Number two, we save you the hassle of running up and down. You have had people from the diaspora maybe trusting their people, and what they
And
come,
then they end up
what they come with, yeah,
Those
they just,
are people who used to take pictures from
Exactly.
here of other people's houses
Exactly.
and then sending them there.
sure. So what you come and what will come for you is premium tiers, and you're like, so such a regrets, we want to cut them, we want to release them, we want to disconnect from the same. Finally, you'll find we give you a journey. We introduce you to a journey of that ownership. How? Because we allow you to customize your house. We have given you the plan. We allow you to, maybe you want your kitchen to be this way, you want it this way. Within the same budget, we make sure we custom make your kitchen or your interiors according to your design or your preferred design. You know, certain things will not happen when you are just rushing into building, and of course you have your fundi who says, the plan says this, you have to stick by this. You know, because on site we've got our architects, we've got our engineers, we've got our experts on site. So when something, some changes are needed, it it means it is not a process. There is no bureaucracy.
Yeah, that is true.
Try that when you are doing it with your own phone.
It will be very
It will
difficult.
be very difficult.
So thank you very much. Gonna see you. There is this kind of mentality that have been created, maybe let's say in Kenya, that in order for you to own a real estate property, you must be very rich. How much does anyone need to be able to go through this journey?
The problem is that's a bad mindset, and people, we must shun this, especially as young generation, because we have this mindset that this or that belongs to so and so, which is very wrong. There's nothing that was meant to belong to this or that person. Just give an example. If you earn salary like 50,000, that's an average Kenyan youth. You know, so it could be even working from the bank. You know. Getting a salary of 50. So this person, at all costs, the maximum saving they can do is 15,000.
15,000, that's very true.
15,000, pure saving. This person, if you expect this person to buy a house worth 5 million, it will never happen.
That is very true.
It will never happen.
It will never happen.
Now, you'll agree with me. We have means and ways by which the 15,000 can make sense to earn, or rather to get you a 5 million house. With this, I'm talking to young people and people who are in their prime, in terms of energy and ideology, and probably that could be between 25 and 35, 40, and of course 35. Let's talk of between 25 and 35. That gap of 10 years. That person, you'll find that ndio tunakimbizana na Subaru. You know, instead of thinking of getting something that will give me value in 2 years, nataka kukimbizana na Subaru. I want to run after something we call the latest phone model. I want the latest iPhone, which goes for, would cost you about 125,000. You know, so our priorities are bad as well. They are misplaced. They are misleading as well. Because you'll find, instead of taking charge of this 15, like now, I've got a piece of land I'm selling 50 by 100 in a place called Romuruti at 100,000 Kenya shillings, a deposit of 20,000 only. So this person can pay that deposit within that 1 day.
That is true. That's 1 month.
1 month. Na alipe hiyo kitu na malize. But now you'll find at the end of the day what you're having, priorities can. Because there's no one who cannot earn that. Now, I have an apartment I'm selling at a deposit of a 1 bedroom at a deposit of 125,000. 125,000, located in one of the best places, neighborhoods of the Nairobi's capital. That is like a house kind. 125,000, you get your 1 bedroom house, and you want to tell me we cannot get this property in Nairobi? And that's why you find years to come, children or the children of the person who bought these against someone who opted for an iPhone will not be comparable.
That is very true.
They will have a huge gap. So let us organize our priorities. Let us know there is no more time. I'll have 5 million as cash and buy property as at now, as a beginner. You know, start with what you have.
That irregardless of what you have, then you will
yes.
start from there.
Yes.
I would want you to speak to that person out there
Yes.
who maybe one time he tried to buy a real estate, and because of bureaucracy or he was duped his money and he lost his money.
Yeah.
And I want you to talk to him and maybe try to encourage him that even if what happened,
Yeah.
there is still hope for future.
Thank you very much, Ken. And that's a very important segment. Though we have talked too much, this is very important. And I'll tell this gentleman, this lady, that though you lost, Mswahili alisema kuvunjika kwa mwiko sio mwisho wa kupika ugali. I would also say that if you once experienced an accident, and sorry if you're one, does not mean you would shun maybe moving from point 1 to point 2 completely in your life. What you need to do is just to be more careful, identify. One thing Ken, we must do as people who have lost, including myself, and I don't mention names here, but I would not want anyone to go through that experience.
True.
Identify, try to identify and to understand the bridge or the company you're using to acquire your property. Get the root cause. Who are the directors? What is their track record? How have they operated? Also get what you call recommendations. Get someone who knows them better, someone who has invested. What have they delivered? Have they given title deeds to their clients? Like, okay, I have a whole record here. Who's my brother? I won't maybe hesitate from telling you. These are title deeds. You know?
Okay.
All these are title deeds that I need people to come from. You know? So, in this case, get to know what have they delivered? What have they done before? Number two, know that without some of these investments, it will be very hard in life to say that I have this and that. Doing them your way, you will not get exactly what you want. So get a company that is trustworthy, get a company that is based on integrity, trust and transparency. Just once you do that, then get somebody from the company. Get a contact person. Just don't do from any amateur. Or if you're my agent and you get a client or a customer, they come through you. That's the one. If you're a client, don't always go through Ken. Get in touch because you have an agreement with him. Get in touch with the company directly. There are some things that the company know and Ken will not know. So don't be based on an agent 100%. Because sometimes agents are after their money, after their commissions, but when you come to the company directly, I'm not saying they are bad because you cannot again work without them, but make sure you also have a personal touch with the company. And by so doing, do your intelligence, your due diligence, some intelligence here and there, and affirm and ascertain that the company you're trusting with the money is legit and they exist. By so doing, then if you are to invest, you'll get your dream investment plan.
But you see, I would also want to ask this question, because of the rising trade, we have seen that people from diaspora are investing so much money into our economy. And most of them, they are buying land in Kenya.
Exactly. And
they pay it when they are still abroad. They don't have a trustee here. As certified home, do you have a special package for those people, or how do you connect with them?
How we go about this, Kenya, we have to appreciate the diaspora market because the kind of remittance it's giving to this nation is in millions.
That is true.
Government actually, it's a call of us as developers, should consider reducing the tax on this because they earn their money there, but when it comes to giving this money to, wiring the money to Kenya or to our government or to our nation, it is very expensive. So we have a call to the government if they would consider reducing this taxation on diaspora from the diaspora market. That would be good to us. These people complain. Number two, we have to appreciate that these are the people who are holding our market together, the diaspora market. It is huge, it is big, and as a company, as certified homes, our biggest market, 60% of our market is in diaspora. So it's a market that we cannot assume, we cannot just play a blind eye on them. What we do is that we make sure we become the first number trustee. They have relatives, they have friends who come on their behalf. Like now I have just someone who has signed this agreement. If you look at this agreement, for example, it is between certified homes and Monica Karaoke. But the person who have signed here is Karaoke.
Okay.
You know, they have trustees who does that. But at the same time, we try our best to prove that with or without the trustee, certified homes will deliver them. How do we do this? We make sure you get your paperwork right from where you are. Number two, our title deeds, we deliver them even to our diaspora market. We've got agents who do that, the travel agents, whom is sent. At times we deliver ourselves. So by all means, we try to make this person feel as though they are Kenyan. One thing the diasporans can agree with me. By all means, you'll go to diaspora. Someone in Seattle is watching this from Citizen, you know, from Kameme. Why? Because by all means they want to feel home. They want to feel home. I was surprised one time. I have a friend who is in Canada called Peter, and he was more updated about Kenyan news than myself. Because they are good.
So of course, and they have a lot of interest on what is happening.
Home, the home feeling. Yeah? So by so doing, we make sure that a certified home, we check them. If we go to site visit, we make sure we stream live. That person will be with us. You know, when we are in office, we make live calls. That person is like seated here. So we try to, as humans, leave alone certified and everything. On humanitarian crowd, we try to make these people feel home. Because they are not where they are because it is the best. It's just an opportunity and an earning opportunity. So we try by all means to be our best friends. To be the best friends to our diaspora market. By all means.
By all means.
Yes.
Thank you very much for what you have told us. And we really appreciate all the information that you have given to us. And what's the future of real estate in Kenya?
Real estate, the future of real estate in Kenya is a big, huge. It is bright. And anything that is huge got so many handles to overcome. And these handles come because we have people who are not generally in the market. That is one. Number two, we have got a shift in a very dynamic market in real estate. Today is this way, tomorrow that way, the other that way, the other day that way. And by all means, we must manage these dynamics. And how we manage them is by incorporating the stakeholders, from the government to the developers and to the clients, and also to the authorities that are directly involved in this. The future of this sector in Kenya is the future where the market lies. As I've told you, we've got a lot of deficit in property, especially housing. We've got a lot of population, a high rate of population growth. And that tells you if the population is growing at such a rate, then where would this population go? And that's why we have the real estate, both housing and land, And we also have the technology coming up so fast. We have the modernization of our lifestyles. So by all means, we cannot despite the fact that we are getting close to what seemed impossible in Kenya. From the lifestyle to the places we want to live. People Kitambo would come and congest in the cities. Today people are running from the cities to the suburbs, and of course, and this is coming as a result of the growth we have as an economy. From infrastructure, remember how many people have been connected to power in the past 10 years or so. Talk about the roads we have now in Kenya, and our gratitude goes to the governments involved. So the future of real estate in Kenya is bright. What I would call our viewers is to make sure you are attached to real estate in one way or the other. Either as a client, as a developer, make sure that you have a title deed somewhere, make sure you have an apartment, a home, a bungalow somewhere, because this is the future of this nation, I'm telling you.
So, when I see you, we say thank you very much for your time. Maybe you can have 1 or 2 minutes to look at our camera.
Yes.
And let's have your parting shot.
Wow. I'll start by appreciating my host today, that is Ken Benz Media TV, and say that such opportunities are not so common when you're given an opportunity to express your mind and of course talk to people who would one time say, I saw you on this platform. So thank you very much, Ken Media. Now, to you who is watching us, I would still make this call and tell you need to align yourself in ways at which the economy is growing and is taking. I've mentioned about real estate as one of the main economic drives in Kenya, and as we speak, it's the one controlling the biggest scope of the economy. Probably we know from the manufacturing to real estate to money market, just try to identify and know exactly where you're gonna be, because at the end of the day, gone are the days when we used to brag about inheritance and the hereditary property. It is not happening today. And where it has happened, we have heard of quarrels and fights among siblings. I don't want this to happen to you. Just talk to us, Certified Homes. I've got your answer. We've got land, we've got houses. We are selling Nanyuki at only 180,000. We are selling Rumuruti at 100,000 only. We are selling Sukari Heights at only 2.95 million. That's an apartment. We are selling Kagudo Road, that is Joska, at only 5.5 million. That's a standalone. We have all round kind of investment plans. What you need to do is to talk on us, and I believe this number is there on your screen. Talk to us, and I would really appreciate it. Number two, don't be cheated that you cannot get a genuine and legit company to invest with. We are there for you. Another company is there for you. Just get to know exactly, the exact base of your company, like the company of your choice. And then by so doing, we'll be very happy to serve you. We are located in Westcom. It is in Westlands where we are. Westlands is along Wayaki Way, Mahigamairo Avenue, an apartment called, or a building called Westcom Point, 4th floor. That's where we are today. And we'll be coming to give an opportunity, Ken, we'll still come back and tell people on particular issues, where we can even involve experts. We can have advocates who are well versant and experienced when it comes to land and so forth. So keep tuned to Ken Ben's Media TV, and we'll bring you more. Given an opportunity by this gentleman.
Yes, so thank you very much.
Sure.
Bwana CEO.
Thank you.
We really appreciate for your time.
Sure.
And the one thing we were sure about is that when we come to you,
sure,
we'll be able to get
you'll get everything.
So thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much for watching Media TV. One thing I was sure about Certified Home is that everything that you need to know about real estate, especially here in Kenya, we were going to get it. And so you have heard it from the CEO himself about everything that you may wanted to know. So those are the contacts. If you need to get in touch with them, we are also going to provide those contacts on the bottom of our screen to ensure that you are connected to them. For Last Salab, Ken-based Media TV, we really appreciate. We continue telling African stories the African way. Thank you very much.